Football's back.
Pulls it down to run and gets leveled.
The leaves are changing. It's chilly at night. You know what that means. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's chili season.
Basement.
All right, it's chili time. We've got all the ingredients laid out here in front of us. First thing we got are the beans. Yes, we are doing beans. This is not Texas chili. We're gonna call this Old Dominion style chili because we are in Virginia. We've got black beans, pinto beans, and kidney beans. They've been strained and rinsed, and we're gonna dump those right in. Next, we're gonna dump the onions. Yes, a crap load of onions. We love onions. Green pepper, red pepper, 1 hatch chili, and 4 whole jalapenos. I did de-seed them, so this isn't too spicy because the whole family has to be able to eat it. Petite diced tomato, strained. Tomato puree. I hope we have enough room in this thing. This is a lot of stuff. Carol Shelby's Texas chili. 1.5 servings, 1.5 boxes, I should say. It's not salted, so I did add about 4 tablespoons of kosher salt. We'll salt the taste later if we don't feel like there's enough in there. We're gonna do half a container of beef stock. I prefer beef stock over beef broth. And finally, half a can of beer is necessary. It's football season, everybody. A little more for good measure. All right, we're gonna mix this up. The dog is excited. You know what, on second view, I think we gotta do the whole can of beer. We don't want it to be too thick to start because it's gonna be simmering for a while and it's going to obviously reduce over time, and we don't want it to be like mud. We want it a little bit thick, but we still have to add all the meat. All right, so this is ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on the Weber Searwood now, let it start heating up, and then we're gonna come back and get the meat ready. The Weber Searwood is fired up. You can see plenty of smoke pouring out of that thing. It's only at 200 degrees. I'll boost it up here in a second. But we're gonna set the Dutch oven right there, and we're gonna boost this up to 275 degrees. And let's go get the meat ready. Stick to the end of the video because we are gonna add a special ingredient towards the end that's gonna make this extra special. That's gonna make this Old Dominion style over the top chili. So we've got 2.5 pounds of 80/20 ground chuck and 1 pound of ground breakfast sausage. I do love chorizo, I do love regular sausage, but there's something about breakfast sausage that always makes me happy, so that's what we're gonna go with. I'm simply gonna put this in there with my hands. I'm just gonna mash it all up. Basically, we're gonna turn this into one big ball of ground goodness. How long should I massage this for, Donnie?
17 minutes.
17 minutes. I can hear all of our subscribers unsubscribing right now. All right, it's ready to go. Form it into a ball here as best I can. This is gonna be one big hunk of meat. All right, now I'm going with Old Faithful, Meat Church, Holy Cow Barbecue Rub. I just love Meat Church's rubs. I don't know what it is they do. They seem to have it down. So I'm going with Old Faithful. See the dog trying to lick my gloves. Don't worry, Buster, we're gonna feed you later. We had a comment last week on one of our videos saying, feed the dogs, not Donnie. But Donnie needs to get fed too. All right, this is good to go. Let's go ahead and get this thing put on the grill and get going. We'll see you out there. All right, so here we are at the Searwood. We're about ready to get everything on. As we did last week, we're gonna use the SmokeTube. This time I'm gonna use the Smokin Pecan pellets, my favorite pellet of all time. There'll be a link in the description. We wanna get extra smoke flavor on that big ass beef and pork ball. We're gonna grab our fancy torch and light this thing on fire. That'll do it. The smoke tube's ready to go, already smoking. Luckily, in the Weber Searwood, we've got this handy dandy small grate. And we're gonna set that right over the top there. Take this big ass beef ball, set it right over the top. The beautiful part about this is that as that smokes and cooks, the juices are gonna drip down into that chili giving it even more flavor. It's so good. I can't wait till this is done. We'll see you in a bit when we come back to check on this. All right, so it's been about 42 minutes. Oh yeah, we got a long way to go. Whoa, that's 666. I don't know about that. We got to shut this thing. Let me move this off. Come take a look. You can see where the beef is dripping into that chili. Look how yummy that looks already. I'm gonna give this a quick stir here just to make sure we keep things going. That's good. Now we'll set this back on. All right, we'll be back in, check it out, probably another 42 minutes, I'd say. Yes, fire! All right, so we're an hour and 40 minutes in. We're looking good. It looks pretty. Let me turn this grill light on for you there. Very nice. That is one giant meatball. Can't go wrong with the giant meatball. Once again, we've got nice beef broth in there coming from the giant meatball. We're gonna mix this up. It's looking good. Not too liquidy. I would say right now it's just right. So we're gonna go ahead and put this back on. We're actually gonna increase the temperature right now because we're at 103 degrees. We wanna get to about 165. So we're gonna increase the temperature now from 275 to 325, kind of speed this thing along a little bit and close her back up, and we'll see you in a bit. So we're at 2 hours and 8 minutes. It looks absolutely beautiful, but we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit. Where are we at? 130 degrees on the inside. We're trying to get to 160, 165. Man, when I poke it, look at that juice that comes out when I poke it. Look at that. I mean, is that a thing of beauty or what? That makes me smile on the inside. In the meantime, as I said, we're gonna turn this thing up. We're at 325. It's down to 180 because we opened the lid, but we're gonna crank this thing to 375 and we're gonna be going. We'll see you in a bit. So we're at exactly 3 hours and everything is looking very beautiful, and we're at just about, look at that, 168, 169 degrees. We were shooting for 165. We're good to go. So we're gonna take this off. Let me mix this up a little bit. Now we're gonna take this. I'm just gonna dump this whole thing right in there. I know some people will crumble it up first, but I'm gonna use that spoon. It's gonna thicken up. We're gonna let it simmer for a while. It's a lot of smoke, I must say. I'm starting to tear up a little bit. That might be because of that SmokeTube, which is going strong right now. Man, it looks so good already, I must say. Some people might get bigger beef chunks than the rest of us, but that's okay. If that happens to you, you've struck gold. It's like winning the lottery. All right, I think it's time to talk about the secret ingredient. Earlier today, we smoked a dry-aged, super premium ribeye for 5 hours to 160 degrees. Now, why 160 degrees? So a lot of people would say, hey, steak's meant to be eaten at 130, 135. That's medium rare, rare, medium rare. This isn't meant to be eaten like that. This is to go in the chili. I want to be able to pull it from the bone, break it up, and add even more beefy flavor to that chili. So that's what we did. So I'm gonna, look at this. I mean, that is beautiful. That is a dry-aged ribeye on the bone. And now I can simply take it and just break it up and throw it in there. We're gonna add even more beefy flavor. We don't need to break it up too thin. Again, if you're one of the lucky people that gets one of these pieces in your spoonful, you've struck gold. I mean, I'm salivating. There is a lot of fat on here. So what am I gonna do with this fat? I'm gonna put it in the chili. That's what I'm gonna do. It's just gonna add to the flavor. What would you do with it? I smoked it very low and slow, smoke boost on the Weber Searwood at 180 degrees. You know what? I need to take a taste. Oh man, so tender, juicy, pulls apart in my hands, almost like a smoked pork butt. Now the question is, what do we do with this bone? Donnie?
Throw it in.
Throw it in, of course. What else would we do with that bone? We throw that bone in there, and as this thing simmers, all that beefiness is gonna continue to break down. This might be the best chili anybody's ever made, if I'm being honest. And if there's any marrow left in that bone, it's gonna come out in flavor inside this chili. So last week we said that the smoked and seared pork chops maybe were the best things we've done. Remember how good they were? This might be the best thing we've ever done, Donnie. I know you can't hear him, but he's talking. He's agreeing that this might be the best. All right, we're gonna let this witch's brew. Halloween's coming. We're gonna let this witch's brew stew for a little while. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Football season has started, my friends. Got the bone in there and everything. Hatua girl got nothing on this. I think we're gonna chow down tonight. All right, so we're ready to go. I'm gonna take a big old heaping helping of this. So first thing to do is add some cheese. That's gonna melt almost instantaneously because it's hot off the grill. Add some sour cream right on top. Some chives and a few jalapenos. This is heaven in a bowl. No joke. If you haven't done over the top chili, now's the time to try it. It's absolutely amazing. It's rich and beefy. Donnie, I know you're salivating. I can see you salivating over there. You're up next. Another successful cook. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.